Hello again. Okay, in this discussion we're going to talk about the healing brush tool. You can find that over here with this little band-aid looking icon. We'll right click on it to get the flyout menu. We have the spot healing brush tool available, the healing brush tool available, and the patch tool. Shortcut J on the keyboard will pull this up. Typically as landscape photographers we're going to be using the spot healing brush tool. So let's go ahead and notice we've got the little box next to it. It is the item selected. We'll click on it, bring it up, and up across the top we see our toolbar options that are associated with this particular tool. We can click and adjust the size of the brush here. I typically run with a hardness of about 25. I always leave my mode to normal. Pretty much on all of my tools my mode will be on normal. Over here we want to have this checkbox, sample all layers. We do not want to work on the immediate background. We want to work on a layer. So to bring up a layer, we come down here and click this little layer icon right down here. And now we've got a layer to work on. And because this box is checked, we'll have the effects we want. All right, we're going to go ahead and use our scroll tool to zoom in. Actually, I usually look at things at pixel level, so I'll push the Z shortcut. Then click up here for actual pixels. I'm going to use the spacebar, hold it down, get the grabber hand, and position myself up here in the left-hand corner of the sky. I'm going to use the J shortcut to bring up the healing brush tool. Now you may be able to see the circle there, which is the tool. And if I press the right bracket key, it'll make it bigger. This is on the keyboard shortcut. And the left bracket key will make it smaller. And you'll notice right up in here you'll see the size of it changing as well. So all I really need to do, if I'm using this particular tool, is hover over the item I want to fix. The program will then look at the surrounding pixels outside of the circle, immediately outside of the circle, take an average of those, and then replace what's inside the circle with that average from the outside. So here we go. We click once, and presto, it does it. So my normal workflow would be to go along, find the dust spots. If you aren't happy with the way it's producing the replacement, just try sizing your brush to a smaller or larger size. Which usually will be all you need to do to fix it. Alright, here we go, just clicking along. If you find a clump of them, you can kind of hold down and wiggle the brush around a little bit too. It's that simple, and it can be that fast to repair the dust spots in the sky. The other option for the healing brush tools, we have this other selection we can make, the healing brush. It selects something a little bit differently. It wants to, instead of selecting around the outside of the circle to replace what's inside the circle, you have to select a source point. To select a source point, you hold the Alt key down, you get a little target, you click on the source point, and then you hover over the area you want to repair and click once, and you can repair that item in that fashion. So that is the difference. It's just the way it's selecting the pixels to repair and how it's making the decision about how to repair them. Okay, the last tool that we can select underneath this band-aid, we can right click on it and go down here and select the patch tool. Let's go show you an example of how we can use the patch tool. Run over here to the corner. You're not really going to use it in a clear open sky like this, but where you have a more complex background and perhaps you've got a little bit of a hair or a fuzz running through the image that you need to repair, and let's just use this little white strip here as an example. You're going to use the patch tool to repair it. We can't work on a layer with it, and we don't want to work on our background because then our background will be permanently changed. So we're going to right click and go ahead and duplicate the background, or right clicking on the background layer when it's selected. Okay, now we're going to work on this background copy. The way this tool works is you simply click and drag around to outline the area you want to repair, and then let go. You'll notice you have options up here with some of the other selection tools we've seen. It's new selection, add to selection, subtract from selection, or intersect with a selection. You can choose whether you're working with a source area or destination area. I almost always work this way. All right, so once you've made the selection, you just click on the inside of the area you selected and pull it off to either side, to whatever area makes sense. Wherever you drop it is going to be the it's going to be the area in which it's the source. This area down here would be the source for repairing up here. So you want to make it look more or less the same. Well, maybe right there. And now to get rid of the outlining marching ants for the selection, right click outside of the selection and click deselect. And that's how we can remove hairs and large fuzz objects that could be running through our image. Alright, so that is a look at the healing brush tool. We'll see you next time.